But they just announced Ilia and Volk.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's dope.
UFC 3
When?
Really?
April 3/14, I think.
No, not a third. I'm thinking
just
of
a
it.
rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there he goes. There Joe Schmo, Bo Nickal. You know what I'm saying? No bars included right there. He accidentally leaked Ilia Topuria and Alexander Volkanovski headlining UFC 314. Now, honestly, I think we all saw it coming. So yeah, you leaked it, but like Volkanovski was the whole time, even his like interview with Lucas Tracy, he was trying to like hide that he was in camp and stuff and like getting prepped for a fight. But we knew he was gonna get prepped for a fight. However, this is deserved, but in a weird way. Like technically, Volk has never lost in featherweight until he lost to Ilia, so that warrants a title shot. But dude, he just got knocked out by Islam and then got knocked out by Ilia, and now he took some time off to reset, which is good. But then he's going right back into the fire with Ilia Topuria. Now let me say this about Ilia, bro. This guy's dangerous. This guy's a real bad man. You get me, bro? He's tough to solve, especially if you're a primary striker like Volkanovski. And I don't like this for Volk, although I'm happy that Volk's getting another shot. But I think how much I love him, the love I have for Volk is making me a little bit upset that he took this fight, because I kind of figure I know what's gonna happen again. And part of me hopes I'm wrong, but let's be real, chat. Volk's not getting any younger. He's not getting any more agile. He's chilling his inner old man energy. That's what I feel like. He's still a great fighter. I still think he beats a lot of featherweights, but I would rather prefer Volk going there against a Diego Lopez. Go in there against someone who has a chance to knock you out in Lopez, who you could definitely style on over the course of 5 rounds too. I feel like going back to back against the best fighters in the world in Islam and Ilia, and then getting finished the way he got finished, bro. And I'm not laughing at him, but the way he got finished against Islam in the short notice fight was unfortunate. He rushed back, then he kind of got slept pretty bad by Ilia. Ilia slept Max as well, but the way he slept Volk, it was unsettling to me. Kind of the way his body just crumbled into a ground like a little caterpillar, man. I just hated it. I hated seeing it, and I was not, even though I'm a fan of Volk, I'm not a fan of this immediate rematch. Now, I am going to keep saying this, he deserves it. But it's deeper than just deserving it. I feel like Volk got to get his feet wet before he jumps back into the Shark Tank, bro. Why are you going straight into the Shark Tank again, bro, when you haven't swam in about 9 months? You get me, bro? It's been a little bit since we've seen you, and you're going back there against Ilia. And we've seen Ilia improve or look good again against someone like Max Holloway, who he been the first one to chin Max. Now, I'm seeing Ilia still improving, still looking good. And I haven't seen Volk since he got slept. And now you haven't fought, but you're coming back and you're trying to do it again against Ilia. I just think stylistic is a hard fight for Volkanovski. Especially the way the first fight went. I know people were like, why was Volk fighting that way? I really feel like Volk respected Ilia's power a little bit too much in the first fight, because he kept backing up in a stationary line, because he would stick and he would move. Like, he was trying to stick and move Max, man. He was sticking and moving. And it was working to a little bit. Like, he was tagging up Ilia. But low key, bro, looking back at that fight, and like seeing how Ilia did against Max and other people, I'm starting to realize like people might think that, oh, Ilia's losing, bro, in like the first round or like maybe even some of the second round. Ilia's getting pieced up, but no, he's not. Ilia's just finding his timing. Ilia's one of those fighters. He's kind of like a Peter Yan. These really good boxers, I've noticed this in the UFC, really good boxers, they take kind of like some time. People say they start slow, but they literally take time to like read their opponents, and then that's when they make aggressive moves. Yan does it a lot too. People call Yan a slow starter because he high guards a lot, and then he just explodes into something and starts catching people easily. Ilia does the same thing. He kind of utilizes the shoulder roll a little bit more, but he like analyzes what these strikers do, and then once he figures out your pattern, he does that scary ass blitz. Now, Volkanovski and the way he backs up, I know people say it was only the Ilia fight, but looking back at some of the Max fights, he's an in and out striker. And it's good to be an in-and-out striker against someone who doesn't have that aggressive, like, inkling to, like, go in there and chase you and go for that combo. Ilia doesn't just throw one punch. He throws combos. And he does a good job backing you up against the fence. And then he unleashes his combos. It looks like it has a higher chance of landing flush, which is just bad news for someone like Volkanovski. So I look at this fight, and I understand that people are excited for it, but and I'm not trying to hate. Like, I legitimately don't see a path to victory for Volk unless we see Alexander Nurmagomedov. Like, this is my next theory. If somehow bald Volk can channel his inner Nurmagomedov, brother, let's wrestle, it can make it interesting. Like, I've said already, Aljamain Sterling and maybe Movsar have the best chance at beating Ilia because of their wrestling, because of their gas tank, because of their ability to control someone. Now, Volk, he might need to wrestle, but the truth about this, even when Volk wrestles, he's not going to be able to control Ilia on the ground for a long period of time, just because, from what I've seen from Volk, he's able to take some people down. You know, he took down Yair, picked him up, slammed him on his head, you know, but he's never been the type to control you on the ground. I can't remember a fight where Volkanovski controlled someone. He took down Max, you know, he took down Yair. He didn't really control them, though. And it's just not his body. It's not his character. Skill for skill, I don't see him beating Ilia, especially because the fact he's not getting any younger and he's been a little bit inactive and he's just hopping right back into Shark Tank. I know he thinks he's doing the right thing. Like, I believe that Volk thinks this time he took the appropriate time off. He's ready. He game planned. But it's different thinking you just took enough time off to get back in there and maybe not get knocked out this time, but try your best. But skill for skill, how does he beat Ilia? Like, Ilia is just too dangerous to strike with. Volk's chin, I'm not saying Volk's chinny, but I'm going to say this now. Volk's chin is on the sus list, man. I gotta make a sus list for chins because I don't think Volk's chin is like, I just don't think it's that. I feel like he can't take significant shots from significant strikers. Islam a significant striker. Ilia a significant striker. Even Max was like wobbling him left and right. And I'm not saying Max has power now that he's showing, but like at the time, Max was known as pillow hand. Peppermint Patty punches Max. Like, he just didn't have the power on him. And now I feel like Volkanovski's going back in there against someone with crazy power. A win for Volk, in my opinion, is not getting knocked out. And when I say that, I don't mean he's going to beat him if it goes to points. I'm just saying, literally, like, I'd be happy if Volk goes in there and just doesn't get knocked out. That's the best bet for me. And I know people are going to have mixed opinions about this. Like, but Kenny, he looks so good. But like, I'm telling you, bro, the more you stand with Volk, the more you stand with Topuria, it's just a ticking time bomb. So like, if Volk is okay with going in there and trusting his striking and trusting he's the better fighter, it's going to go wrong for him. He has to do something he's never done before to beat Ilia, which is why I don't like this fight. Like, honestly, chat, if you want me to be honest, like I said, on paper, he deserves it, but why doesn't Movsar not deserve it? You know what I'm saying? Movsar, he smashed Diego Lopez. People were even trying to say Diego Lopez deserves this fight. What the hell? Diego Lopez does not deserve a championship fight. Now he's booked against Yair, and now they're trying to book this one. But where does Movsar go for here? Like, Movsar just beat Aljamain Sterling. Yo, Kenny, he's a bantamweight, dude. Yeah, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Movsar deserved it, man. Or Movsar would have gave Ilia a harder fight on paper. Because what Movsar does well is he's able to actually use the strength that he has. Bro, his physique's like, bro, looks like me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real bad, man. He'll be able to use the strength and the physique and the aggressiveness in his wrestling to actually make Ilia struggle and fatigue Ilia. I've seen Ilia fatigued, you know what I'm saying, in the Zala fight. But no one's going to bring that out of him in this division today except for Movsar, in my opinion. Now, why did they pick Volk? I feel like it's because the UFC, chat, I'm going to say this, and it's going to be a hot take. The UFC is ready to send Volk packing, I think. I think the UFC is ready to send Volk into retirement because you got to realize this. If Volk loses 3 in a row, it's not a big deal because he lost to 3 great fighters. But if he gets chinned specifically, I want to say chinned because if he gets chinned, it's just kind of wraps because at this point where you're 35, 36, you know what I'm saying? You got chinned 3 in your last 3 fights back to back. Your chin's not going to recover. Your hairline's already receding, dog. You know I love you to death, Volk, but your hairline's receding, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like Ilia's a 28-year-old young up-and-comer, 26 or something, 27. I don't even fucking know. Dude's a youngin'. He wants to retire at 30. Oh, I hate, bro, man. Volk need to level up, man. I don't know, man, because it's just looking like an uphill battle for him. But I will say this. If Volk beats him and becomes a 2-time featherweight champion, he's one of the greatest of all time because having Ilia on your resume, too, that's the only featherweight you're missing. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is, if Ilia beats Volk, he's shown that he's kind of done with 145. So Ilia beating Volk just means that he solidified his greatness. And I think he's going to avoid, I'm going to say avoid with quotations because people are going to be like, he's not avoiding Movsar. But let's be real, bro. Movsar deserves it. Movsar didn't get it this time around. I don't know who Movsar's even going to fight next since Yair and Lopez are booked. You know, he already beat Aljo, like, what, Ortega? Like, bro, I can't be bothered. I just don't know what, I'm upset because I feel like Topuria and Movsar's never going to, I don't want to say never going to happen. I really feel like Ilia's going to go up and then he's going to try to fight Islam. And I feel like Movsar might have to end up fighting for a vacant belt. But who's going to fight for the vacant belt? Can't be Volk, especially if Volk gets knocked out here. You know what I'm saying? It can't be Volk. So, like, the 145 division is a little bit, and again, it's going to be in a standstill, I feel like, after this matchup. This is why I feel like they should have gave Volk a feeder fight. Like, they should have given him someone else. Just someone to show that Volk is still Volk. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we know that Volk is not some washed, you know what I'm saying, rat? You know, we don't know that. All we know, he's got knocked out back to back. He took some time off. I'm sure he was training, but he took time off. Spent some time with his family. Good guy. Cooking with Volk videos. I was living for those, man. I was living for those cooking with Volks, man. And now he's just back in the fire. Like, it's just it's gonna be an uphill battle. But like I said, if Volk wins this and pulls it off, he's just the GOAT. This card, people are wondering what 314 is gonna be. I'm saying this right now. 314 might be card of the year, because right now card of the year runner-up is Adesanya and fucking Imavov on a fight night, dude. Because 311, they fucking Armin Sarukian pulling out just ruined the whole thing. So, man, it's gonna be interesting. But I really feel like Volk made a mistake doing this. I really feel like Volk could have went out. He could have went about it better. Like, how, man? Why? I think his management needs to sit down. I want to sit down and talk with his management specifically, because I'm sure Volk himself, knowing Volk, he was probably doing his head in. He's probably doing his head in, bro, and wants to get right back in the title picture. But, brother, doing your head in, brother, sometimes this is important, brother. You do your head in a little bit so you can understand what you're getting into. I think his management's bending the knee to what Volk wants too much, because sometimes the fighters don't know what they want. Sometimes they just say they want something, but, be careful what you ask for, because sometimes you just might get it. But let me know what you guys think about this fight down below. I think it'll be a fun fight. Don't get me wrong. I'll be hype. I'm sure the build-up, Topuria is going to be talking his cocky way. I'm the best. Trust me. He be trust me, Max, in the whole thing. And then Volk's going to pull a Max Holler. Yeah, we'll see UFC 314 April 12th. The build-up's going to be funny, but any Ilia build-up is funny because Ilia's going to talk his shit. But like I said, let me know what you guys think about this fight down below. That's it for me, and God bless. 2, 3.